Hi, thanks for joining me today. We're going to work on a flow of postures to help a little bit with our core stability and hip mobility and stability. So you shouldn't need any special props. If you do have a couple yoga blocks, you can have those handy if you'd like to use them. And we'll be mostly standing with some poses down to the ground, but then coming back up to standing. So shouldn't need anything to sit on today. So let's start by finding our mountain pose. You can go ahead and come to the end of your mat facing the short end. I'm going to face you while we set up our mountain pose, and then we'll start our flow. But feet hip distance apart, lift all your toes up off the mat, spread the toes, place the toes back down. So you want to find that grounded foundation through the feet. Think of the inner arch of the foot lifting and the kneecaps lifting. Think of the sternum lifting, energy through the crown of the head, arms down by your side. Think of the shoulder blades drawing towards the spine. Think of the tailbone lengthening down towards the earth. Feel the energy down through the feet. And then just close the eyes for a few moments if that feels comfortable for you. If not, just take a soft gaze down the nose and just notice how you feel, feeling your connection with the earth. Feel the length of your spine. See if you can sense or feel the energy moving through the body. And begin to take deeper inhales and longer exhales. As you inhale in through the nose, think of the breath dropping all the way down into the bottom of the lungs. As you exhale, think of releasing the breath by using the contraction of the abdominal muscles towards the spine to help the breath release. Inhaling and exhaling, so think of breathing into the bottom of the lungs rather than into the upper chest. Inhaling and exhaling, and very gently letting the eyes open. Again, still think of a soft gaze with the eyes. As you inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead, palms touch. As you exhale, bring the hands down to the heart, bend the knees, fold all the way down to a standing forward bend. Inhale, come halfway up, nice length in the spine, lengthen through the crown of the head, draw the shoulder blades towards the spine, draw the lowest ribs towards the hips. As you take your next exhale, bend the knees, bring both hands down to the mat, step back, right leg and left leg to downward facing dog. So feet hip distance apart, hands at least shoulders distance apart. Take a few breaths here to find your foundation. You can keep the knees bent if you'd like, or you can pedal through the feet a little bit, but just take a couple breaths here. Inhale and exhale. And then as you take your next exhale, think of bringing a little bit more weight down into the left heel. Does not matter that if the heel is close to or touching the mat, but just think of weighting that left heel. Inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. It does not matter how high, but keep the toes pointing down. Then looking towards the hands, bring the right foot up beside the right hand. Lower the back knee down or keep the back knee lifted, your option. And then second option, hand on a block or hand to the mat. So inhale, float the right arm up and overhead, twisting to the right. Inhale and exhale. Keep pressing back through that left heel, whether that knee is released down to the mat or the knee is lifted. Another breath. Inhale and exhale, and then reach the right fingertips back towards the back of your mat. And then sweep the right arm down to the mat. Move your block out of the way if you're using your block. Step back again to that downward facing dog. Right leg back beside the left. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. Again, lengthening the spine as you inhale. As you exhale, think of a little bit more weight into the right heel. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Three-legged dog. The toes stay pointing down. Look towards the hands, bending that left knee. Bring it up beside the left hand. And again, back knee can lower or back knee can stay lifted. Hand can stay on your mat or hand can be on the block. Float the left arm up and overhead, coming into your twist. So think of our core muscles here, those internal and external oblique muscles helping us to twist into this shape. Inhale and exhale, make sure you're breathing. Sweep that left arm back towards the back of the mat, little opening in that right shoulder, and then, left shoulder, and then sweep the left hand down. And then once again, back to our downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. From downward facing dog, look towards your hands, bring your shoulders over your wrists, press back through the heels, come to a plank pose. You can bring your knees down to the mat if you need a little bit more support. Think of drawing the shoulder blades towards the spine. Think of the hips, the front of the body lifting up to meet the back of the body, so we're not sagging down here. We're getting that nice core engagement, lengthening through the crown of the head. Now roll forward across your toes, bring your knees down to the mat, crisscross the ankles, nice deep inhale. As you exhale, bend your elbows, lower all the way down onto your belly, straighten the legs, hands beside the chest, hug the elbows in. Inhale, lifting up to a low cobra. Hug those elbows in, lifting the forehead, the head, the upper chest. Exhale, lower back down, press into the hands. Once again, come up to your downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And then looking towards the hands, big step forward, right leg and left leg back to that standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. This time, reach the fingertips back, airplane arms. Bend your knees, sweep the arms forward to your chair pose. And then press into the feet, come all the way up to extended mountain. Bring the palms together. Bring the hands to the heart. Pause here, maybe close the eyes, notice how you feel. Inhale and exhale. And then letting the eyes open, inhale, float the arms all the way up. Palms together, exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up again, nice flat back, lengthen through the crown of the head. Add those airplane arms if you'd like. And now bend the knees, both hands to the mat, step back to your downward facing dog. Right leg and left leg step back. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. Now again, think of lengthening and sending that left heel down towards the mat. Inhale, lift the right leg up high. And then look towards the hands, step the right foot up beside the right hand. This time pivot on the back foot, turn it a little to the side, step it a little to the left, press into the feet, come up to a warrior one. So make sure your right heel is right underneath that right knee. That right hip is drawing back. Shoulders square forward, arms overhead, back leg nice and straight. Inhale and exhale. Take the gaze up if you'd like. And then exhale, bring both hands down to the mat. Straighten out that back leg. Step back again to your downward facing dog. Again, maybe walk those feet a little further back or those hands a little further forward. Set your alignment. Inhale and exhale. Now think of wading through the right heel. Inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, step it up beside the left hand. Take the right foot again, step it a little forward and a little to the side. Draw the left hip back, press into both feet, come all the way up to your warrior one. Again, that left hip is drawing back. Shoulders are square towards the front of the mat, back leg nice and straight. Inhale and exhale. Maybe again, take the gaze up. If that does not feel good for your neck, keep your gaze looking forward. And then exhale again, all the way back down. Straighten out the back leg. Once again, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And then looking towards the hands, let's come forward to that plank pose, build a little core strength here, press through the heels, then roll forward across the toes, knees down, crisscross the ankles, maybe the opposite leg leads this time. Then the elbows lower all the way down to your belly, straighten the legs, hands beside the chest, hug those elbows in, press into the feet. Either come up low cobra, or maybe pressing up to upward facing dog, your option. And then sending your, coming to table pose and coming up to downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Then looking towards the hands, big step forward, lead with the left leg this time. Left leg steps forward, right leg steps forward. Inhale, halfway up again, maybe those airplane arms, draw the shoulder blades together, press into the feet, bend the knees, come to your chair pose, sit bones out behind you, find that core strength, press into the feet, come all the way up, extended mountain, palms together. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Again, closing the eyes, notice how you feel. Inhale. And exhale. Then very gently let the eyes open. So thank you so much for joining me today. So a little flow, moving with our breath, helps to get that energy moving in the body. Some work for the hips, a little movement, a little stability, and some work for our core. So all of those things are beneficial for riders and non-riders too. I hope that you like this video. If so, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and check out information below about Grey Horse Yoga. And I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Thanks. Bye-bye.